So hello YouTube, this will be my first video, so I'm pretty excited about this. What we're going to be doing over the course of the school year is make lunches for my son. We're doing a bento box theme for his lunch, just simply because I'm a single dad. I don't really have much money, and this is one way that I think I can save just a little bit. So what we're making today is tonkatsu pork. It's basically just a fried pork chop is all it is. I got some small pork chops. We're dredging it in flour. We're taking it, it's going for a nice egg bath for a second, and then we're going to some panko crumbs. This is a really super easy recipe. Easy. If I can do it, anybody can. This is not a hard one. But the beauty of these like little pork chops is that they cook really fast. They are inexpensive. Like I said, I'm a single dad with not a lot of time on his hands. So let's go through the process real quick. So I went ahead and salted and peppered a pork chop, and all this is just a breakfast pork chop. It's going into some flour. You lightly want to coat the flour onto the pork chop. Shake off any excess. Goes for a bath, and it's basically just a beaten egg. And then goes into some panko crumbs. Like panko is basically just a Japanese breadcrumb. I don't buy the expensive stuff. Like I said, budget dad, got the great value. And to be honest, it's just crumbs. You don't need they do have premium ones like made by Cackleman or other brands as well too, but they all taste the same. They're just breadcrumbs. They're not really nothing that fancy. So I'm gonna make a couple of these, and then we're gonna go to the frying pan. I got a frying pan that's sitting on medium heat right now. I'll probably kick it up to medium high in just a second. And I also have some rice going as well too. Rice seems to complement this pretty well. Traditionally, this meal is served with shredded cabbage. Since this is also going to be our dinner and also his lunch, I didn't think like the cabbage would probably stay as good as it could have been, just for tonight. But we'll see. We're almost done with the pork chops. We have just a couple more. Usually, like my family is pretty small. I have 2 boys. One is 3 years old, and the other one is 13. My grandma comes here occasionally too, and I usually make her dinner as well too on Thursday and Friday nights. So realistically, what we try to do is cook in the kitchen as much as possible. Don't really spend too much time in fast food eateries, mainly because of the cost, and two, it's just not as healthy. You get a little bit more out of your family and spending time with them at a table than in a restaurant. Things become just a little bit more personal whenever you make the meal yourself. So that's one thing that I enjoy about cooking, is that I'm doing this for someone, and I'm doing it for a reason. It's because I love them. I have another pack of pork chops that I'm fixing up real quick. Like these pork chops are, there's a local grocery store here called Country Mart, and they have a deal for $25. You get $25 worth of meat, or 5 packages of meat, basically, which is, I think, a pretty good deal. You know, like it seemed to have, you know, kept food on the, you know, table pretty well, you know, by having fresh meat and produce that way. But I'm almost finished here, and we'll move to the pan here in a second. I'll also show you the bento box that I got for my son. It's pretty cool. Like this will give him everything that he needs, and maybe a little bit more. Last one. And like I said, for these pork chops, all it is salt and pepper on the chop. You can get a pork loin or breakfast pork chops. I normally just get breakfast pork chops. Lightly dust them with some flour, shake off the excess. Goes into an egg mixture, and all it is it's just one beaten egg, and then goes in for some panko crumbs. Alright, these are going to go into the sink, and two reasons for that is, one, they're going to get clean, and two, that gives me a chance to wash my hands. Nothing worse than bringing some kind of contamination to your food by not washing your hands. Always take the minute to do that. Alright, let me show you what's going on here. So, we got some rice, and all that is just just some regular rice. We have a frying pan, and that's sitting on medium heat right now. Going in for a little bit of oil. This is the oil I got on the clearance at the Walmart. Just some vegetable oil, or really any kind of cooking oil works just fine for this. And I'll also show you the chops real quick too. So here are the chops with the panko on them. And while that's heating up, let me also show you his bento box. This is probably as cool as it gets to bento boxes. I'm probably going to order one for myself so I can also have awesome cool lunches. But this is a bento box by Bento Heaven. Has a plastic wood grain finish to it. Pretty fun. It has a band to keep this together too, but I have the band off. A couple other things that it comes with is your standard utensils, knife, spoon. It's a pretty good sized spoon. I mean, this is, pretty decent. Fork, of course, and two very small chopsticks. Pretty cool. This is a 2-tier bento box. So this is the cover to it. This is waterproof as well too. So that is the first tier to it. And kind of like Tupperware, it has a small vacuum seal to it. And the second tier. So all together forms of a bento box. this is the most awesome. Oh, I failed. It's because I was trying to do this too quickly. Alright, so bento box together. Put the band on, and that holds it nice and snug. Pretty cool. This was 20 bucks, got it on eBay. It seems to be a pretty cool deal. Alright. Let's give the oil a quick test real quick. It's not quite there, but it will be here in a second. Went ahead and kicked the temperature up just a little bit. Now, one of the reasons why I like getting the Great Value panko is because it's the only one that actually comes in a canister. I love canisters. Canisters and me are friends. Let's go up a little bit higher. Oh, this is like I have a secret camera up here. It's pretty cool. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, I kind of dig that. Alright, so a couple things going right now. Pan is currently on high, and that's just to heat up the oil. We have our pork chops going. We have our rice steaming, and that's just done with the standard rice formula. Like 1 cup to 2 cups of, the 1 to 2 ratio. 1 cup rice, 2 cups water. What I normally do with the rice is I'll heat up the rice just first, let the rice get hot just a little bit, and then that's when I add the water. So in that way, like, it seems to work out really well. Yeah, the rice always comes out super fluffy. And this isn't any special rice. This is just basically that the cheap long grain rice that you see at Walmart or any grocery store. That's nothing special to it. It's not jasmine rice or sushi rice or anything like that. But you can use any kind of rice you want. All right, let's go in with our first chop. First chop is down. We're going to go in for another chop. Let those fry up nice. Doesn't really take up that much time for these pork chops to cook up. These are, like I said, these are breakfast chops, so like they're really thin, but they are perfect for these recipes. All right. Oh, look how gorgeous these things are. Nice golden brown. Now also these chops are, since they're so thin, and the panko crust doesn't like too high of a heat. It's really easy to burn. What we're adding to the rice is this is something I found at a Vietnamese, or not a Vietnamese, but an Asian food market. It's just fish sauce is all this is, but it's the premium fish sauce, and this one's pretty nice, pretty good. I add that to the rice just simply for a couple reasons. It gives it a little bit of flavor. Fish sauce seems to dramatically change the flavor of the rice really well. Let's take a look at those. Yeah. This is what we're looking for. Nice golden brown. Alright, so while those are cooking, I went ahead and fixed up his rice. What I did was I made a small rice ball. I have some rice molds to make them a rice heart and a rice star. Pretty cool. I've also put some rice seasoning on it too. This is it right here. Rice seasoning. It's got black sesame seeds, a little bit of salt. I think it says it's got sugar in it too. I didn't really taste the sugar, but it's there. I'm going to sprinkle on just a little bit more of that. Go ahead and top it, giving some color in there. I also want to throw in some broccoli. That's kind of the fun part about doing these bentos, is that you can add practically anything you want to these things, and it just looks cool. It's fun to do. Got some broccoli in there. Put some snap peas in there too. Alright, so here's the starch portion, or rice and veggies tray that he's got. A lot of green going on. But we have rice with seasoning on it. A little bit more rice, broccoli, and these delicious little snap peas. Of course, top tier. Top tier, we're going to grab a piece of lettuce. Another piece of lettuce. We're going to scoop some jalapeno popper potato salad. That's good. Sprinkle off some green onions. Then for the finale, here's a little pork chop. Go ahead and cut this thing up so it fits in there nicely. there's his bento. Alright, thanks for letting me share with you guys on this. I'll try to make these videos a little bit better, and hopefully we'll have more of these. Alright, thank you. Yeah, like and subscribe and stuff, like, you know, that button somewhere over there. Press it. Follow if you want. It's all good.